get to the next step for inter-rater reliability, I need to do one more thing. I'm going to narrow it down by appraiser. So I'm going to say I just want to look at Erica Kane's. I've already done Adam Chandler and Asa Buchanan. So I'll do Erica Kane and then show you how I did this, and then how we can do the comparisons. So I'm going to put Erica's name in, and for the summative, instead of the summative, I'm going to call it an appraisal average. And I can pull the high school in if I want to. Okay, so now I have the information about who I'm looking at here. I'm going to come to that first row of numbers, and I'm going to come up to my formula tool up at the top, and I'm going to say I want to average. And it guesses well and says that I'm averaging 3 through 47, which is what I'm really doing. And that's going to give me the average for this appraiser for this dimension. Now, if I just grab that corner dot and drag the formula over, it will copy that formula into each of these other fields and generate the formulas for each one of those fields. So now I can see what Erica Kane's average was in each dimension. And I can also come to this square over here, the cell to the right of my last average, and I'm going to tell it I want to average again. This time it knows that I'm trying to average horizontally, and so it's going to give me a single score or a single average of what Erica Kane's ratings are as a whole. So I've gotten lots of data there about this one appraiser. Before I do anything else, I want to convert these from formulas, because if I click on any of the cells, you'll notice that up at the top, it doesn't show me the true number. It shows me the formula that derived that number. So I need to select that row, and I'm going to copy it. And then I'm going to right click again, and I'm going to do paste special. If you use the little arrow to the right, you can see that paste special values is the one with the 1, 2, 3 on the clipboard, and that's what I want. So now that I have pasted special values, when I click on the cell, I get the same information up here that I get in the cell itself. So it's not showing me the formula any longer, it's showing me the actual number, and that's what I wanted. So now I'm going to copy that whole row again, and I'm going to go over to a new sheet that I made that's called Compare Averages, where I've already pasted in the information about my other two appraisers. I'm going to come here and paste in the information about Erica Kane, and now I have comparison data. So I can compare between these three evaluators, what were their averages for all the evaluations that they did, all the observations, because that's the data I'm looking at here. And then I can look at their overall scores as appraisers. So that gives me just a snapshot. I can look at it, but if I'm a visual person and I want to see a graphic like I saw in appraisal analysis, I can come over here and highlight. Well, actually, let me just delete that column. Okay, what I want to have is the appraisers' names for each of my dimensions. And then I can go and say I want to add in a graphic. I clicked on my insert button, and I'm going to choose this stacked line graph. So I'm going to say I want to do the stacked lines. That's what it's going to look like. And it's going to show me for each one of the dimensions, where are they? Asa's the blue line, Adam's the orange line, Erica's the gray line. I can see that Adam is a little more generous, especially in the professional area in domain 4. They're fairly close, but if I zoom in and see, how close is that close enough? And then also my target is proficiency for my teachers, and every single one of their averages is above proficient. So is that a realistic picture of what's going on? So I can get a chart, and I chose to do the stacked line. You could choose to do whatever type you want.